The new Heartland Season 19 Episode 3 trailer is absolutely shocking. I mean, we all knew drama was coming, but no one expected this. It looks like everything we thought we understood about Amy, Nathan, and Lindy is about to turn upside down. The trailer doesn't just tease another family moment, it feels like the calm before a massive storm. The short glimpses we get already scream tension, heartbreak, and betrayal. And I have to say, this might be the episode that changes everything we know about these characters. Amy's choices, Nathan's reactions, and Lindy's emotions are all colliding in a way that feels explosive. If you thought the first two episodes were emotional, this one takes it to another level. So let's break down everything we can tell from the trailer and what it might mean for episode 3. And trust me, there's a lot to unpack here. The first few seconds already show Amy looking conflicted, standing near the barn, holding something in her hands. It's almost like she's torn between guilt and longing. Then we cut to Nathan, clearly frustrated, talking to someone off camera. His tone, his expression, everything about that moment screams that he's reached a breaking point. Remember how in the last episode he tried so hard to be understanding, patient, and calm? Well, it seems like that patience is finally running out. And honestly, I don't blame him. This man can't catch a break. Every time he tries to do something right, something goes terribly wrong. And this trailer proves that episode 3 won't be any different. What really caught my attention is how the trailer keeps switching between Amy's guilt and Lindy's sadness. There's a shot of Lindy looking through the window, watching Amy and Nathan talk outside. And that look, it's pure heartbreak. This is the kind of emotional tension that Heartland does best. And I feel like episode 3 is going to dig deep into how much Lindy has been holding in since her father's death. She's old enough now to notice when things feel off. And Amy's attempt to balance her love life with motherhood is starting to backfire badly. The trailer hints at a confrontation, and honestly, I can't wait to see how it plays out, because it looks like Lindy might finally say what she truly feels. Another big shock from the trailer is Nathan's sister making a sudden appearance again. And from the looks of it, she's not there to apologize. She's there to stir more trouble. There's a quick exchange between her and Lou, and you can practically feel the tension in the air. Lou's expression says it all. She's done playing nice. And considering how things went down before, this time, she's not holding back. I think episode 3 might be the start of a real business showdown, one that could drag Nathan straight into the middle whether he wants it or not. The trailer even gives us a moment where Nathan looks caught between loyalty and frustration, which tells me that whatever his sister has done this time, it's serious. But of course, the biggest talking point of all, the one that's already making fans lose their minds online, is that shocking moment between Amy and Nathan. The trailer cuts right after they share a tense, emotional stare, and even though it doesn't show much, you can tell something huge is about to happen. Is it a fight? A confession? Another mistake? Whatever it is, Amy looks devastated right after, and that's what makes it even more powerful. The editing almost suggests she's realizing the consequences of her actions, especially when Lindy's voice echoes in the background saying something like, "You promised." That single line hit harder than anything else in the trailer. It's short, but it says everything. And I have to say, this trailer really nailed the suspense. It doesn't give away the full story, but it leaves you questioning every character's next move. Amy looks lost, Nathan looks broken, Lindy looks heartbroken, and the rest of the family seems caught in the crossfire. It feels like we're heading towards one of those classic Heartland episodes that you can't look away from even for a second. So buckle up, because episode 3 isn't just another family drama. It's about to shake the entire Heartland Ranch to its core. Now let's talk about what might actually be happening behind those shocking trailer moments, because every scene feels like it's hiding something bigger. The trailer's editing is sneaky. It shows you just enough to make you panic, but never gives the full picture. For example, there's a moment where Amy looks like she's walking away from Nathan after an argument. Her expression isn't just sad, it's guilt mixed with realization. I think she finally understands how her choices are hurting everyone around her, especially Lindy. In the last episode, we saw Amy try to balance her feelings for Nathan while pretending everything was fine with Lindy, but that's clearly falling apart now. The trailer makes it obvious that Amy's emotional wall is cracking, and for the first time, we might see her genuinely lose control. There's also a very quick flash of Jack in the trailer, and I swear, that man's face tells you everything without a single word. He looks disappointed. again. Jack has always been the voice of wisdom in Heartland, but this time, it feels like even he's running out of patience with Amy. Maybe he's starting to realize that she's repeating the same mistakes she once swore she'd never make. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we get one of those classic Jack speeches that hit right in the heart, reminding Amy what really matters. But the sad part is, it might be too late for her to fix things with Lindy. Speaking of Lindy, she's easily the emotional center of this episode. From the little we see in the trailer, she's hurt, confused, and more mature than ever. There's this heartbreaking shot where she's packing something in her backpack while Amy calls her name in the background, and she doesn't even look back. That single moment says more than any dialogue could. It's like she's silently saying, "I'm done waiting for you to understand how I feel." And that hits hard, because if there's one thing fans love about Heartland, it's the bond between Amy and Lindy. But now, that bond is on shaky ground, and the trailer doesn't hide that. Nathan, on the other hand, looks like a man who's reached his breaking point. He's been trying so hard to fit into Amy's life, to understand her, to care for Lindy, to be patient. But now it seems like everything's slipping out of his control. There's a short clip of him in his truck, gripping the steering wheel with tears in his eyes, and that honestly broke me. Nathan's one of those characters who always keeps his emotions bottled up, but episode 3 might finally be the one where he lets it all out. Whether it's anger, sadness, or love, we're about to see a whole new side of him. And honestly, I think fans are going to fall for Nathan even harder after this episode. Then there's Lou, who once again proves she's not just a side character anymore. In the trailer, she's confronting Nathan's sister, and you can tell this won't be a calm conversation. Lou's tone is sharp, confident, and protective, especially of Heartland's name. The trailer shows her slamming a folder down on the table, and I just know she's found something serious. It looks like Nathan's sister has done something shady again, and this time, Lou's not letting it slide. I feel like this storyline will explode in episode 3, because Lou's been patient long enough. The tension between them feels like a ticking time bomb, and I wouldn't be surprised if it blows up right in the middle of another family gathering. What makes this trailer so brilliant is how it ties every storyline together. Amy's personal struggle, Lindy's heartbreak, Nathan's emotional collapse, and Lou's confrontation. All of it feels connected. It's not just random drama. It's one huge storm that's been building up since the beginning of the season. And now, episode 3 is the explosion. The trailer ends with Amy whispering something like, "I didn't mean for this to happen." And that one line leaves you wondering what exactly she did. Is she talking about Nathan? About Lindy? Or something even worse? That's the mystery the show wants us to obsess over. And trust me, I already am. This trailer didn't just tease an emotional episode. It promised heartbreak, guilt, and truth finally coming to the surface. And knowing Heartland, this won't be a quiet, slow burn. It's going to be raw and emotional, full of confrontations we've all been waiting for. Amy's about to face the consequences of her choices. Nathan's about to face his past, and Lindy's about to voice her pain. Episode 3 might just be the turning point for the entire season. Now, if we take a closer look at how this episode seems to unfold based on the trailer, it's clear that Amy is standing at a crossroads. And for once, she doesn't know which way to go. The woman who once seemed calm, confident, and in control is now second-guessing every move. The guilt is written all over her face, and it feels like the walls are finally closing in. There's a shot where she's sitting on the fence by the paddock, staring off into the distance, and you can just tell that she's replaying her decisions over and over again. Her silence says everything. She knows she's hurt Lindy. She knows Nathan's growing distant. And worst of all, she knows she can't undo any of it. The trailer doesn't need words to make us feel her turmoil. It's all there in her expression. And if there's one thing Heartland does brilliantly, it's showing pain without saying it outright. But let's be honest, Amy's biggest mistake isn't that she's fallen for Nathan. It's how she's handled it. Every time she hides the truth, she pushes Lindy further away. And every time she avoids a conversation with Nathan, she lets misunderstandings grow. The trailer teases this perfectly, because we can actually see how those small cracks start to form. There's a moment where Nathan reaches out for her hand, but she pulls away. It's subtle, but the meaning behind it is huge. Amy's scared, not of Nathan, but of losing control again. She's torn between following her heart and protecting her daughter, and unfortunately, she's failing at both. That inner conflict is going to define this episode.
Meanwhile, Nathan's storyline seems to take a darker turn.
He's no longer just the gentle, steady man trying to fit into Heartland's world. There's anger now, real frustration that we haven't seen from him before. In one brief clip, he's arguing with someone at the ranch, and while we can't hear the full dialogue, his tone says it all. It's raw, emotional, and full of years of bottled-up pain. I think this is where we'll finally see what's been haunting him, his past, his family issues, and the weight of constantly being blamed for things out of his control. This episode might finally show us that Nathan isn't just a love interest. He's a man fighting for his own redemption. And honestly, I think fans are going to love him even more after seeing this vulnerable side. Then we have Lou, who continues to play the role of the truth teller in this season. In the trailer, she's shown confronting Nathan's sister again, and this time, it doesn't look like a friendly chat. Lou's expression is fierce. Her patience is gone. She's worked too hard for Heartland to let anyone, especially an outsider, damage its reputation. You can feel that protective fire in her voice, like she's standing up not just for the ranch, but for everyone who calls it home. The trailer even gives a brief shot of Tim walking in during their confrontation, clearly caught off guard. It's that classic Heartland chaos where everyone's trying to protect what they love but end up clashing in the process. And if we know anything about Lou, it's that when she's pushed too far, she fights back with everything she has. Still, the part that hits the hardest is Lindy's emotional spiral. The trailer doesn't show much dialogue from her, but the expressions say more than enough. There's this one scene that broke me, a quick shot of her crying quietly in her room, clutching a picture of her parents. That single image captures the entire essence of her pain. She's a little girl who's lost so much already and now feels like she's losing her mother too. It's unfair, but it's real. Heartland has always shown how grief lingers even after years, and Lindy's storyline in episode 3 looks like it's about that hidden pain finally bubbling to the surface. I wouldn't be surprised if she finally snaps and tells Amy exactly how she feels. And honestly, Amy deserves to hear it. The trailer also teases what looks like a family intervention. Everyone gathered in the living room, tension so thick you could cut it with a knife. Nobody's smiling, nobody's pretending anymore. It's one of those moments where the truth is about to come out whether they're ready or not. I can almost imagine Jack stepping in to calm things down, Lou defending Lindy, Nathan trying to explain himself, and Amy finally breaking down. It's the kind of scene that defines a season, the kind that fans remember long after the credits roll, and if that's what episode 3 is leading up to, we're about to witness one of the most emotionally charged episodes in years. But let's not forget, the trailer ends with that haunting line. Amy saying, "I didn't mean for this to happen." Every time I rewatch that part, I get chills. What didn't she mean? Was it about the kiss with Nathan? About lying to Lindy? Or maybe about the chaos she's accidentally unleashed in the family? It's so vague, but that's what makes it powerful. The writers want us to keep guessing, and honestly, it's working. Because now everyone's asking the same question. What exactly happened that made Amy say that? And why does she look so broken while saying it? This trailer doesn't just tease a shocking episode, it sets up a massive emotional showdown. Everyone's secrets, mistakes, and fears are finally catching up with them, and there's no escaping it this time. Amy's biggest mistake might not be something she did. It might be what she failed to do. And that's the kind of storytelling that makes Heartland so unforgettable. The more you think about it, the more it feels like episode 3 will be the moment where everything finally cracks open. The trailer might only show flashes, but each second is loaded with tension. And it feels like every character is standing on the edge of something huge. For Amy, it's the edge of losing the trust of the person she loves most, her daughter. For Nathan, it's the edge of losing his place in Heartland's world, the only place that's made him feel like he belongs. And for Lindy, it's the edge of finally saying out loud what's been eating her up inside. You can almost feel the heartbreak before it even happens. The trailer's editing, the silence between the lines, it's like everything's leading to one emotional explosion that none of them can escape. Let's start with Amy again, because it's clear she's the emotional center of this entire storm. The trailer shows her standing outside Heartland, late at night, with tears streaming down her face. It's dark, windy, and quiet. The kind of quiet that feels heavy, like it's suffocating her. You just know she's realizing how badly things have spun out of control. All the choices she thought she was making to protect Lindy are now the very things hurting her the most. Amy's always been the heart of this show, the one who keeps everyone grounded, but for once, she's the one falling apart. And that's what makes it so powerful. Because deep down, she's not just struggling with guilt over Lindy or Nathan. She's struggling with herself, trying to figure out who she is now that Ty's gone, now that Lindy's growing up, and now that she's letting someone new into her life. That's what makes her so real and so flawed, and honestly, that's why we all care so much. Then there's Nathan, and oh boy, this man cannot catch a break. We all knew from the start that his life wasn't exactly peaceful, but this trailer proves that his problems are just getting worse. Not only is he dealing with Amy's confusion, but his family drama is dragging him down again. We get that one intense clip of him and his sister yelling at each other, and it's brutal. She's clearly hiding something, and Nathan's finally calling her out on it. You can see the anger and disappointment written across his face, and yet there's also this sadness behind his eyes. He doesn't want to fight her, he just wants her to do the right thing. But of course, that's not going to happen. The trailer hints that whatever she's done this time, it's big enough to put Nathan's reputation on the line again, and you can tell he's terrified of losing everything he's worked so hard to rebuild. Meanwhile, Lou is stepping into her strongest version yet. Every season, we see her juggle 1,000 things at once: family, work, her own emotions, and somehow still come out standing. But in episode 3, we're seeing a Lou who's not afraid to make enemies. The trailer makes that clear when she faces off with Nathan's sister again, and the tension between them could light a fire. Lou's voice is firm, steady, and completely fearless, like she's ready to protect Heartland at any cost. It's actually refreshing to see her take charge like this, because lately, she's been more in the background. But this time, she's front and center, reminding everyone that she's not someone to be underestimated. And honestly, I'm all here for it. She's proving that Heartland doesn't just survive because of love and family. It also survives because of people like Lou who refuse to back down. But let's not forget about Lindy, because she's the quiet storm in all of this. The trailer doesn't give us many words from her, but that silence is powerful. There's a clip where she looks at Amy with this mix of anger and heartbreak, and you can practically feel her thinking, "Why are you doing this to me?" It's the kind of scene that makes your chest tighten because you can tell she's not just angry, she's scared. Scared that Amy's moving on too fast, scared that she's being forgotten, scared that the little bit of family she has left is slipping away. And that's the part that hurts the most. Amy's trying so hard to hold everything together, but she's not realizing that in doing so, she's pushing Lindy away. The trailer captures that perfectly, and I think episode 3 will finally give Lindy the voice she deserves. She's no longer the little girl who just smiles through everything. She's growing up, and she's not afraid to speak her truth. There's also a strange sense of foreshadowing in the trailer that I can't shake off. The music, the pacing, the way it fades on Amy's teary face, it all feels like something big is coming, something we're not ready for. Maybe it's a major argument that changes everything. Maybe it's an accident. Or maybe it's a realization that forces everyone to face the truth. Whatever it is, it feels like episode 3 isn't just going to be emotional. It's going to be unforgettable. The writers clearly want to push these characters to their limits, and from what we've seen, they're doing it perfectly. And honestly, I have to say, if this trailer is any indication, episode 3 might be one of the most intense episodes Heartland has given us in years. It's emotional, messy, and real. It doesn't shy away from showing that even the strongest families can fall apart when they stop communicating. Amy's heartbreak, Nathan's struggle, Lindy's pain, Lou's determination, it's all coming together in one explosive episode that's going to have fans talking for weeks. And let's be honest, we're all going to be glued to our screens, waiting to see how it all unfolds.